Hello, this is Inertia 186. Just thought I'd do a video about something I've been working on. Whoops, that was close. That's right, here's the entrance. Okay. Um, so one of the things I've been working on, just ignore that, is that over there. That's my gold farm. The rates are getting to the point where it's actually earning its keep, you could say. But we line the bottom of this area with ice just to speed things up a little. It's one of the few things I can do besides add more portals. And in order to do that, you'll notice I have a bunch of snow over here. This is where I was when we had that April 1st joke, and yeah, April 1st, Mojang decided to put out a fake snapshot, and now I have snow in this area, and I think a few other people have snow like that on the server. Um, yeah, they decided, if you're gonna, Mojang's all about, if you're gonna use a snapshot, you better have a backup. So restore your backup if you want to get rid of the snow. All right, whatever. I don't mind the snow. In fact, it's kind of a nice little way of showing where the loaded chunks are. So I can get my mob tower to work a little better by knowing that precisely where chunks are loaded. And I, I heard a rumor that mobs don't spawn on snow, so that should help my rates there. Who knows? Anyway, out here is the extreme hills and a snowy biome where water freezes, and I've got my ice block forming, and that's basically just a bunch of pistons. It's really slow because I'm only using one trough of water. I started out just really low expectations. I thought, well, I'll just put this one trough in, and so that's why it's slow. But I don't really care how fast it is because underneath this area I have what the beginnings of a branch mine. Anyway, that's 5 layers so far, and it's running on this. I know I could make this with a subtract comparator, but I wanted to. This is how I start things off. I just make them like that, and then figure out what the subtraction version would be. But it's basically, for if you don't know what you're looking at here, this is a daylight sensor, 2 daylight sensors in opposite settings, and basically when the moon gets there, I don't know, or when the sun gets there, then it pushes all of the ice blocks up and over and then up again. This is an 8x8 piston floor, and it's all activated on the daylight sensor. It's a signal limiter. I used to have this powered in the middle with just repeaters, but it was a little bit too slow. It was like a tick behind. It was harder to test, so I changed it over to this kind of mess. So anyway, and like I say, I don't care how slow it is, as long as it's loaded. And that's what this is. This is what I really wanted to show you. So I have my portal to my little nether base, so to speak. And then I have this safe drop. And this nice staircase that I'm working on that I actually don't ever use now because I added this. This is another portal. This is based on a design that I saw Etho post. I don't know where he got it usually, but basically you stand in the portal and you press the button, and then it immediately closes the portal right the very tick that you disappear. That way this portal is no longer open, and when you come back, you end up at the top. And that's much more convenient because I have the safe drop. Why not? So the way this works is, the button sends it over here to the dispenser, which has, the flint and steel, and then eventually to the water bucket. And that is fed by this double. This sends 2 pulses, because you have to send 2 pulses, otherwise it'll always be wet. It'll send it once, dumps the bucket, send it again, it pulls the water back in. This is a pulse. This is a way to make any pulse become 1 tick. This is a nice, concise way to do it. It uses the locking repeater, and send it in. Yeah. Anyway, and this is the delay. This is the exact amount of delay that you need in order to usually, even when there's lag, hopefully, separate the 2 pulses. The 2 pulses have to be separated, or else you won't get the water out right when you disappear. Actually, I don't know if it worked. So we'll find out. Because the game will pick the lowest portal to send me back to, and it worked. I'm at the top again. And if the idea being that portal should now be deactivated, or else the game wouldn't have picked it. And indeed it is. I played with this and I've been able to get it to work without, let's see, this repeater here, but it seems more reliable with this one that's set to 1, and the rest of these are set to 4. So, and then there's additional delay here, so don't, if you don't build it exactly like this, it may not be right. But anyway, just thought I'd show you how that works.